Welcome to the Transformation Institute's podcast for change. Here is our host, Omari JAHI Aton.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Transformation Institute podcast for change. I'm your host, Omari JAHI, and we'd like to welcome everyone to our podcast. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So y'all see our little breast cancer ribbons floating in the background and everything. So we recognize this as being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we thank you all for being here. Our conversation tonight is going to be based on my wife and I. We just celebrated 25 years of marriage, October the 7th, which was this past Tuesday. And I wanted my wife and I to come on the podcast today to actually discuss, not really discuss, but answer maybe questions about what we went through in our relationship, how we stayed together for 25 years. You know, what did we do when the other one got on our nerves, when we pissed the other one off? How did we come out of that? You know, these kind of questions that a lot of people get in and out of relationships over the smallest little thing. Oh, she snored. I couldn't take that, so I had to let her go. You know, little stuff like that, which is stupid as hell. But I want you to hear from us tonight. My wife Yolanda is here. Say hi, babe.
Hello.
And so she's going to be with me. We're going to be answering questions, but I want to bring my host in right now. So welcome the crew. We got Tracy, Vanessa, Kim, Will, and Darlene. Brenda's running late, so she'll be popping in a little bit later. So if you guys have any questions for us, you know, feel free to put it in the comments.
Power off.
Uh-oh. Vanessa, you gonna watch them comments tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So with that being started, the topic today is love longevity, 25 years and growing. How did we do it? How did we get Bam? Oh, well, just so y'all know, my wife, her name is Yolanda, but we all call her Bam. You know, that's like her little nickname. So Bam, I know now a lot of people don't know this, but me and Bam, for the past 25 years, we've been saying we're going to give each other pink slips for the longest. Seriously. She'd be like, hey, our anniversary coming up, you might not make it. I don't think you're going to make it to the anniversary. Oh, what? What's the secret? That's a good question, man. What do you think the secret is?
The secret is keep God first and keep people out your relationship.
Hey, man, that's it right there. But see, you know, and the keeping God first is, a lot of people say they keep God first in their relationships. But I remember when we got married, when Pastor Miller married us, he told us, keep them folks out of y'all business. Because everybody want to tell you, like some of these folks on here was talking about before we came on, how we supposed to do. Yeah, like some of y'all was doing before we came on here, trying to tell us how we supposed to do. She's supposed to be sitting in my lap and all that. You know, I believe a lot of people live in fairy tale world, you know, like Cinderella and Hansel and Gretel and all them little childhood fairy tale stories that, you know, the prince and the frog and all that old crap. You know, like, I think we live in those kind of fairy tale lands, you know, and we don't like living in the world of reality. Me and Bam, I believe what helped us a lot is reality. And another thing that I believe helped us stay together we don't hold stuff against each other. And what I mean by that is if she pissed me off today, by tomorrow, I ain't holding that against her. And if she pissed me off, I mean, if I piss her off, you know, by the next day, sometimes hers go 2 days, but sometimes, but not that much. Usually the next day it's over. And I'm gonna give y'all an example of how it works. You know how when somebody pisses you off, you stop talking to each other, right? And you walk past each other, you don't say nothing, just, you know, excuse me, you know, that kind of stuff in the house, you know. By the next day, usually what happens is somebody might say something like, hey, you know what the weather is today? And based on how the person responds will let you know whether or not they still holding what they had yesterday. So if I was to ask the question, you know what the weather is today? Why don't you check the weather yourself? See, that's a response saying I'm still holding on to some stuff. But she won't do that. If I say what the weather is, she say, oh no, I think they said it's gonna rain. Now that lets me know she done let that crap go. I done let it go. You see what I'm saying? And we moving forward. You know, and so I think that's really important. Not and half the time the stuff that we be mad about with each other be petty as hell. You know, it be superficial, super superficial. You know, and we just get pissed off and argue about it and all that crap. And it ain't even that serious. Would you agree, Bam?
Correct. Because I don't let you change me. I'm going to still be the person I am.
See, now that ain't what we was talking about. See, you see how
I'm just saying.
you tried to slide.
I just let it go.
No, you tried to slide something in there. Ain't even what we talking about.
No, I'm saying I just let it go. I don't let people change how I feel. I just let it go. You can stay mad.
But I don't stay mad either. I'm just like, I guess we the same. I don't let people change me either. You know, whatever we had a disagreement about, after the disagreement is over, it's over to me. You know, I ain't holding on to it. You know, it ain't like I got to hold on to it for a week, you know, in order to prove the point that you pissed me off. You know, that's crazy. It's immature. I put it to like.
Sometimes we like to be petty and keep it going for a couple of days.
No, that's you. Come on now.
That's all right. We want to be mad for a couple of days.
No. She's right. No, you're right. You're right, ma'am. I'm sorry. You are right. Because if you hold it for 2 days, I'm holding it for 2 days. And that's usually how it works. You know, that's how it go. If you say something like, oh, what's the weather look like today? Why don't you find out for yourself? Then I'll be like, well, I will. So for another day. You see what I'm saying? So we got any more questions? I see a whole bunch of people in the comments. Oh, what is that? How have you both changed over the years? Do you think that change helped you both make it to the big 25? Change. You start down. Have you changed?
Yes and no. I'm still working. It's been 25 years. I'm still working because I want to be the head nigga in charge. So I have to change.
You ain't supposed to use the N-word. You ain't supposed to use the N-word.
I didn't say it. I abbreviated and take it for what you want. Yes, you got to change a little bit for anything to work. And then I realized people don't think like you think. They didn't grow up like you grow up. Your values sometimes is different. You have to recognize each person where they at.
Amen. Damn, girl, I didn't know you was that smart. I'm just messing with you. But that is so true. You know, I had to accept, and I think that's a lot of things that couples don't do. They have to understand, just like what Bam said, everybody didn't grow up the same. You know, I grew up in an environment where my mother was very picky and neat, like Vanessa. You know, I know Vanessa's like that because she a Capricorn. She was born on the same day my mother born on. So I know she just like that. She like everything to be in its spot. Everything has a certain everything has a space, you know, and she was super neat. Now I ain't saying Bam is junky, but I'm saying that
I like things.
Bam ain't my mother. I'll put it like that. And so I had to get used to that, you know, because I wasn't used to, you know. Well, let me just put it like this. Bam, she runs a foundation, so she's always ordering stuff, you know, for her foundation. So boxes is always getting delivered here every day, and she's a bargain shopper, which at first that kind of got on my nerves. Her being a bargain person, but that bargain stuff is really good. It saves you a lot of money, you know. And I wasn't looking at it like that at first. I was looking at it as you being cheap. You know, she cheap, man. She don't want to spend $2 on this. She can wait for the $2 to come off so she can get it, you know. But hey, that's some real stuff there. But what is this? Did you go in the marriage thinking you would be together this long? Nope. I didn't. Go ahead, man. You want to say something? I hear you.
Oh no, I ain't think he had we was different. So yeah. I thought we were gonna bump heads. Actually, no. To be true, no.
And we did bump heads. We bumped heads a lot, you know. But I think the thing that helped us when we did bump heads was the fact that we didn't hold stuff against each other for a very long time, you know. Because sometimes when you hold things for a long time and then something else come up, now you stacking stuff, you know. And at some point you're gonna be like, I hate him or I hate her, you know, because you done stacked all this crap, you know, and you holding it for weeks and stuff like that, and sometimes months, you know. And so when we got married, I didn't even think one way or the other whether we were going to be together for a long time or not. My concentration was more or less on being the husband and the father that I knew I could be in this relationship, be the best that I could be in that relationship. Now, does that mean I was a good husband or a good father? Bam would tell you, hell no. You know, because it's a learning process. You know, we learn as we go, and sometimes the mistakes that we make, if they ain't a deal killer, you know, and everybody got their deal killers, you know, that they'll say something to the effect of, well, if this happens, game over. I ain't tolerating that. So if it ain't a deal killer, you know, then I didn't see no reason why we wouldn't be together long, you know, because I'm a pretty reasonable guy. I didn't know whether Bam was reasonable or not, but she is. But she wasn't always reasonable. She fought me tooth and nail on a lot of things, you know, and we argued and fussed and cussed at each other, you know, but we got past it again because we didn't hold that stuff over 24 hours. You know how people say don't go to bed mad at each other? We went to bed mad, but we didn't wake up mad, which is the key. What is it? Who is this? TL? Oh, this is
Is that Peaches?
Yeah, that's Peaches. She says it's definitely a learning process. Yeah. We're learning. Go ahead, man.
And I did have one deal breaker. I had I wasn't doing no fighting. You're not finna put your hand on me. That was a big deal breaker for me. As being a teenage parent and going through stuff, well, nobody gonna put their hand on me. That was a big deal breaker.
And I remember when we got married, there was one thing I told Bam I wasn't gonna tolerate. You remember what that was, Bam?
Tell me, because you say so much stuff.
It's the B word.
Oh, yes. We don't call each other bees because I had that bad. Just with your friend. I had that bad, so I had to learn you don't call a man a bee. I did have that bad.
Yes. And so I told her, no, that ain't finna happen. You ain't calling me no B. I ain't gonna call you no B. And we'll be cool. Because again, that's another, I mean, that destroys relationships. You know, when you call your significant other a B out of anger. I don't care if you're angry or not. We don't use that word in this house towards each other. I've heard us talk about other people and call them B's and stuff like that. Am I said too much?
Yeah.
All right, who is this? Let me see. Oh, okay. So this says, what is one of the hardest things you've gone through as a couple, and how did that strengthen your union? You want to go?
Yes, I think the hardest thing I went through, we've been married 25 years. So my mother was sick for 15 of those years. And for me, it was having a supportive husband that didn't care that I was gone away almost every day to be with my mama. Not that it would have mattered, because in my mind, we could have got divorced because I'm going to be there for my mama. But just the support of going through that with me. I think that was the hardest thing in marriage.
I think that's a husband's job, to be there for his wife, you know, and vice versa. You know, when my mother and father died, Bam was there with me. You know, we supported each other in both of those situations, you know, and I think that's a part of it, you know.
But some people are selfish. Some people don't think that. They're like, oh, when you marry, I want you here. Some people is like, a lot of people don't think that way.
Yeah. But see, I mean, my and this is another thing too. See, when you're in a relationship and your life, if your life is the other person, you know, then you're, how can I say it? You might have a challenge going down the road somewhere. Because see, this is my belief, that every person has to be their own person before they can be somebody else's person. I'm going to say that again. Everybody has to be their own person before they can be somebody else's person. And what I mean by that is that you have to have your own life. You have to have some things that you're doing, some goals, some standards that you live your life by, you know. And if you don't have those things and your life is just based on the other person, I wake up in the morning to say good morning, baby, and kiss her on the forehead and go make her her coffee, and to do just things for her. Oh, do you need anything from the store, baby? I'll run to the store for you. If she's having company, I'm sitting there in the living room with her and her company, you know, because she's my life and I don't have no other life other than her. Now, at some point, she's gonna be like, Negro, would you go do something? Ain't you got some friends? Go hang out with your friends. And so I guess there's a balance that has to be there, you know, then because the opposite is there too. The person's significant other ain't thought about. It's just my homies. I kick it with my homies Monday through Friday, and we watch the football game on Sundays, and it ain't never about her. It ain't never about going to dinner with her. It ain't never about that. And then if it is, then it's a problem. See, this is imbalance. You know, it can't be too much into the other person, and you can't be not enough into the person. There has to be a balance there. And I think Bam and we balance this thing out pretty good. I mean, I hang with her and do things with her and her family, with her foundation and all that. And that makes her feel good when I'm with her, you know, and things like that. So I think it's a good thing. Anybody else got anything else? Well, it's a lot of comments. No more questions? No more questions, no more lies. Brenda, welcome to this podcast, man. How you doing?
I'm doing. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm doing.
You doing?
I'm doing.
I know y'all got some I know y'all got some questions for us, boy. I know y'all do. Y'all just holding back. That's okay.
No,
Especially Kim. Especially Kim. I know she do. Yeah. Go ahead, ask your questions. I'm gonna just tell you to mind your business.
I'm sitting here like, hold my mute.
Why
No,
why
for
are you
real.
holding your mute?
Because I'm like, don't want to step on nobody's toes. Don't want to be coming off aggressive.
Just ask the question.
Ask it, Kim. We all friends on here.
Right, we all are friends and family. So basically,
And she said
I
she
hear
want
what
to
you
stay
guys
that
is-
way.
right,
Want to stay that way.
right. So that's why I'm like, hold my mute.
Well,
Come
I'm
on.
just gonna say this, and this, I don't know. This is not it's not. It may not be what y'all think it is, but y'all know me. What's love got to do with it?
Oh. Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's my question. What's love got to do with it? Come on.
Well,
What's love but a second?
you want me to go first, Bam?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay.
Look, no, I want it Bam to go first.
What's love got to do with it?
What's love
I guess
got to do
you
with
have to. You love your husband, but you have to love yourself too. I don't not love myself trying to please him. You have to be true to yourself. Love yourself. It's not all about him. It's not all about me. It's about us working together. We different. We different people. We not the same, but we make it work.
I
Okay,
agree.
so love is significant, I guess. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Tyrone.
Well, I would say it depends on what your definition of love is. 'Cause I would argue the fact that I don't think people really know what love is. You know, everybody has their own definition of what love is based on them. You know, I remember back in the day, they used to have these cartoons in the newspaper. They had this, it was Love Is. Love is a walk in the park and all that. They had the little cartoons where they holding hands, walking in the park. That was supposed to be love. I could be walking you to get assassinated, you know, because I'd hire a hitman, you know, to kill you. But that's supposed to be love, holding hands, walking in the park. No, I believe love. Huh?
Yeah, that was love for them. See, you said it first that love is different for different people, and it is. Love cannot be exactly the same for everybody. That will you know that will not.
Well,
that some people walking in the park holding hands. That's love for them.
I believe that might be an expression of what they call love, but is that the love that God intended for us to have for one another?
That's probably a little part of it. That's a little part of it.
Well, I know. See, and that's why this is what I base my stuff on. I base it on God so that I won't be guilty of being selfish, thinking that my way is the way. So I try to
what if your girl liked that? What if your girl liked holding hands and walking to the park, and that was a part of her love language per se? That's what they put out there these last few years, love language. And that was her love language. So you care for her, and she wants to do this little walk in the park thing. So do you think that God would say, we don't care if she wants to walk in the park?
No, that's not what I was saying when I mentioned God.
Oh, okay.
God ain't got nothing to do with that. That's a choice between two people.
Okay.
That's a choice. I'm saying that based on holding hands, and I was just using that as an example, but I can bring that up because see that whole example goes two ways. What if I wasn't raised in a touchy-feely kind of environment, a family that didn't hug and stuff like that? What if I was raised like that?
I surely wish that she would have known that before she married you.
There's a lot of things we don't know about each other before we get married. Isn't that true?
Correct.
And you're right. So you know what? When you just said what you said, so how do you rectify that when you're not raised in the same type of household? How do you compromise that? Do you stay stuck on how you were raised now that you're married to someone else? Or do you like take her as she is and you mend or you mold or you transform or something, or do you stay stuck on how you were raised? I mean, that is I hadn't thought about it from that aspect, but that's very important. If you were raised some kind of way and then you get with somebody who's not, that could be a really hard thing.
It is, because I was raised in that kind of environment. I know my mother loved me. My parents, I know they loved me. I felt love, but it wasn't from hugging and kissing, and holding hands and things like that. It wasn't from that. And so when I got out into the world and people wanted to hug and touch, that was very uncomfortable for me, But I learned and I grew and I evolved because I knew that the environment that I was raised in, wasn't normal. I ain't saying a bad thing. I'm just saying it wasn't a normal environment based on the rest of the world. People would say my environment wasn't healthy. The environment that I was raised in wasn't healthy because it was minus the love and affection of hugging and kissing. But I'm saying that love and affection was still there. It just wasn't in the manner of hugging and kissing. And some of us can't wrap our minds around something like that if we've never experienced it, But in answer to your question, Brenda, I evolved, or I forced myself to accept those kind of things, to hug, especially I guess I would say, like, when you encounter with people, like, more people are more into hugging now than they used to be. It used to just be a shake hands kind of thing, but now people, they want to grab you and hug you and and all of that. That was something that back then I wasn't really feeling that. And so today I can hold Bam's hand walking down the street. I don't see. Let me say this about me. I don't like doing things just to do it to please other people. A lot of times we do things to prove to other people that we okay. Now, if we around people, me and Bam's supposed to hug up and pop a couple on the lips so everybody can say, "Ooh, they in love." It ain't really about us. It's about trying to prove to somebody else, that we're a good couple. And I ain't into that. I ain't trying to. If people think that we're not a good couple because you never see us holding hands. I remember at your birthday party, Brenda, you was like, "Ooh, let me get this picture. They sitting next to each other."
That's not what I said, but go ahead.
Kim Vanessa, I was there. Kim Vanessa, I was there.
No, y'all was kind of hug. It was kind of hugging, and I don't see y'all.
They were together. That's something that you don't normally see.
Stop. I don't see y'all sitting next to each other, but y'all was sitting next to each other.
Look at God. Look at God.
Won't he do it?
Stop it.
I want to. Tracy had a question.
Oh, okay.
How much help do you could promise to stay together for 25 years? Compromise. A lot, Tracy. You compromise a lot. I wouldn't say compromise. You come together and you agree or disagree and you try to make it work. So I don't necessarily to compromise. It has to be on both sides. If I compromise something, he compromised something. Because you're different, so somebody we meet in the middle.
So do you always meet in the middle?
Sometimes you're not gonna meet in the middle, but you would meet and you have the respect for each other. That this is what we're gonna do. You still have that respect, and we're gonna move on.
Mm. I guess your husband moved on.
I guess he did.
But I have a question.
Huh?
I have a question. I'm gonna be politically correct.
Okay.
25 years is a long time, and I'm
Yes.
pretty sure you guys were together before the 25 years of marriage. So when you're going into a relationship / marriage, you have goals set. You know, we have kids, we raise the kids. So once you pass phase 1 of your marriage, you know, the honeymoon phase, and the kids are all grown, how do you keep that? What's the word I'm looking for? That connection, that together, because like you said, the kids are grown now. Now it's just us. So how do you keep that intimacy or that excitement still there after 25 years or 25 plus years, because you guys were together before the marriage? So how do you keep the spontaneous, the activity, excitement, the laughter? How you keep that going after these 25 years? Because like I said, you passed phase 1 and 2. The kids are grown now. So now
Yes.
y'all looking at each other.
Now we
Now,
look at each other. I think in the beginning, it was our marriage was so fast, as you know. So we was learning each other as we was going through and keep it. I guess we keep it the same because we still almost the same. We compromise. We have fun. I let him do him. He let me do me, and then we do together.
so you're saying to keep it going, to both to allow each other to be them individual selves, to do you
Yes,
and he
yes,
do him, but y'all come together to do each other.
yes. I think yes. He do him. I do me. And we respect each other. Most we respect each other. Even though
Okay.
I'm doing me, he doing him. We respect each other, and then we come together.
Yeah.
Because you know,
I'm
after so many years together, you know, you be like, and people they fall out of love or they fall out of, you know,
I look
the
at it like
spice is
this.
gone.
I look at it like this. How long, like me and Vanessa or you, how long we been friends? It's almost just like other relationships. You
Now
have
that's
friends
different,
for
ma'am.
20 and
This
30
Now
years.
that's different. That's different. You're talking about
How?
a man and a woman, because this is a man and a woman. Y'all live together. We don't live together.
What that got to do with it?
No, I'm just
Yeah.
picking back off what she said, because you can't compare friendship to a marriage or a relationship, because you and him are in the same household. So you and him see each other 24/7. We don't see each other 24/7. So that's why I
So
was saying how you keep the excitement going when you wake up to somebody, you go to bed to somebody. I mean, they're in your face
We
24/7.
still the same people. That's what when he said it goes back to I can't have him make me happy. I have to have friends. I have to have a life. He can't be my whole life.
hmm exactly. Right.
But you
And
know how
see,
some people feel like, well, when a man takes on a woman, that becomes his family, that becomes his life. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
different. Everybody is different. I must say, it's not a blueprint. It's not everybody is different in marriage. What we traditionally had, they told us this is a new time now. Everything is different. You have to work in what makes fits you.
I
Because I
disagree
can't
with
look
that.
at like say for instance at first I used to look at other people's relationship with their husbands and the wives and stuff like why he can't do this. That's not him. So I don't look at it so I don't get mad no more. I used to get mad. I can't other people marriage like if they husband do stuff in the house, I'm like, man, he's not a handyman. So I can't look at him like another person husband doing their relationship. So I can't compare a relationship.
I and that's one thing you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
You shouldn't compare yourself to anybody because like you said, everybody's different. You know, what we have together is not what anybody else has together, you know, because I'm me and she's her. and you are you and they are they, you know.
Mhm.
But I believe that, you know, in order for us to continue growing in a relationship together, there has to be compromises, you know. And a lot of times, I think I heard Bam say something to the effect of, you know, she'll make a compromise and then I have to make a compromise to balance that compromise off. You know, that's a tick for tat thing. I ain't into that. Bam likes that. And we argue a lot about that tit for tat stuff. You know, if I give up something, then you got to give up something. If you give up something, then no. If you see that if we having a discussion, and this is what and we call them arguments in relationships. I don't think we should do that, because that's a negative term. And if you say we're arguing, what you're saying is that we're disagreeing on the situation, and in the end, one of us is gonna come out victorious. It's almost like a fight, you know. And the thing is that many times nobody wins. There's some times where I have an opinion on the situation and she has an opinion on the situation. When Centel was young and we was raising him, we had different opinions on how to discipline him and everything, you know. So it's like she had to compromise when it came to how I disciplined Centel, because she didn't like how I was doing it, but she compromised. But that didn't mean when that happened, now I have to compromise and say, whatever. If she wants to come in at 4 a.m, I have to be okay with that, you know, because she compromised with how I was raising Centel. No, that ain't how it worked. She compromised, and that's then. Now another situation may present itself, whereas she might feel real strongly about a thing. Like like she was saying earlier, I felt strongly about going over to take care of my mama, even sometime having to spend the night and be there for her mama. And I could have been like, hey, you know, I could see you one day, you know, but 2 or 3 days, y'all need to hire a nurse for her or something to that effect. But I didn't take that route. I compromised and said, oh, okay, that, you know, because you feel strongly about this. And so I'm going to ride with you on that. She rode with me on that. See, it's not always about this 50-50 thing, tit for tat. It's all about what is right, you know. But most of the times we don't know what's right. So everybody think their way is right all the time, you know. But we have to accept the reality that we're not right all the time. And then even if we're not right, and as a man, this is how men are. I'm going to just let you know. Men will let you make a mistake, but he'll have a way to clean it up later. But he'll do it your way, knowing that it ain't right. Well, whereas my experiences, women don't do this. They ain't gonna give in and say, "Well, I know this ain't right. You ain't it ain't finna work that way," you know. But go on ahead and do it your way. No, women.
We do that.
Not many. Nope.
Nah.
You ladies don't do that.
And you know it's
if
you know
I
it's
know wrong, I'm not doing that. When I know it's wrong,
No, when I know you're wrong, I ain't gonna let you fail, because I'll be like, nah.
Right. I'm
That's
not
not
gonna do that
true.
when I know it's wrong.
That is
No.
that's no. If I know
Sometimes you don't.
still stand
Sometimes
on
you don't.
right.
Depending on what it is.
I ain't never been married. I keep forgetting. I ain't never been married. But yeah,
I'm
I'll
married.
let a
I'm
man
married.
do that. Okay.
No, I don't. No.
But men do. Men will let you go ahead and make your mistake and everything, you know, just to show you that he knew what he was talking about. And then when you make your mistake, he'll be there and clean it up and everything. Now I'm not saying that all men think like that. I'm saying that's how real men should be. That's how a man should be.
Did you hear him? That's how real men should be.
Should be.
All right. Okay.
What's wrong with that? Was that a bad statement?
Well, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to know how many married couple do you surround yourself with? Like,
Oh, so us?
the fact
Let
that
me.
you
I
as a
can.
you all as a couple.
I surround myself. That's hard. I have friends that are married, but my biggest thing is I surround myself mostly with my family is my friends. I don't have too many friends, and the ones I do have ain't really married. Um,
Hey,
but Kim, you divorced now,
right. But I was
but
married
when
for
you
a long
was
time,
married,
so
but are you
don't
married now?
no.
Okay, Vanessa, Tracy's married, so some of my families are married. But I'm big on family, so I surround myself with family and some married folks.
Bottom line
It's
is
50-50.
the bottom
Yeah,
line. Well, no. It's more single women in her ear than married women.
Oh,
Don't nobody be in Bam ear, but
oh.
so don't.
Liar. Pants on fire.
But
My
can
pants
I
not
ask
on
you?
Why do
fire.
you think
I'm
that?
not
Why
going
do you
there
think
with you
that?
today,
No one is in
Tyrone.
her ear, first and
No, why does
foremost.
you think that, Ty?
Because
Don't
I
She
get
hear
me
said
them.
she don't
started.
have friends. She surrounded
I
herself
hear
with family.
I hear them. You all be in y'all little group chats, you cougars, all you cougars.
You need to
But
stay
Y'all
out
but
of
be
that
but
in
chat.
see
You need to stay out of
see
that
you
chat. That
you
chat has nothing to
cannot.
do with you or
He
tonight.
right. He cannot if he especially if he
You need
talk
to
about the
pause her
cat.
and stay out that chat.
Now all the cougars is not single now. Hold on.
Stay out of
Right,
that
that's
but
what
chat.
I
the
was
You
saying.
will get
majority
your
Now
feelings
it's
hurt.
very cougars.
but the majority are.
No, it's
The,
Again, stay out of
50-50.
It's
that chat. You're gonna get
50-50.
your feelings hurt.
It is
It's
50-50.
50-50. Elaine,
Darlene,
Right.
Darlene, you had a
Elaine,
question.
Tracy.
no, Darlene was trying to ask a question. Hold on, real quick. Did we ever answer your question?
Yes, she did. She
No,
said
yeah,
it was majority family. She was
Oh,
family.
okay.
But I was wondering to see what's some things in common as far as did you all go through that part where you couldn't get enough of each other, and then you got a part where you needed to be away from each other? Did you get tested as a couple? Then did you get tested as individual trying to did how long did you have a dry patch? And how
That's a
It's
long
lot of
when
did
questions.
that dry patch last?
Which one you want us to
I'm
answer?
like,
A lot of questions, Darlene. Boy,
That's
wake
a
me
lot
up.
of
we
questions.
no, I mean, being married for a long time, these are the different seasons and chapters that I had
ooh, yes, Lord.
seen. In it's kids in chapter, then it's your career chapter, it's your hobby chapter,
Yes.
as an
Um,
individual, growing as a couple.
mhm. I guess it's the compromise because Darlene, you know Tyrone longer than me, and I wasn't. He was in this. His religion is different from my type of religion.
Oh, she's gonna say I was in a cult.
I mean, not like that. I ain't saying that. I said, I
She
mean,
said your
it
religion.
was different. I let him go. I let him. He be over there, and I'm gonna stay over here in my Baptist church. So I didn't change that. Like he believed what he believed. I believe what I believe. So that was a big challenge for us.
So basically, y'all unequally yoked.
Well, if that's what you want to say, yeah,
No,
I
no,
guess it worked because
no, because we both believe in God.
it's just different. It's just different.
Okay.
Right. I didn't try to make her believe the way I believe, and she didn't try to make me believe the way she believed.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
I let her believe how she wanted to believe and how she was taught to believe. See, again, it's how you was raised.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I wasn't raised in the church. I never went to church a day in my life when I was a child. Never. My mother didn't take us to church. Never. So I didn't know anything about the church, until I got in my 20s when I was introduced to God, and I ain't gonna go into that because Bam don't like me talking about that time in my life.
Just being
Exactly.
See how I know her? See how I know her?
being on the outside looking in, as far as that religion thing, I think it still worked because you all
Darlene, when you
did some
said something
things.
about a dry patch,
Oh, wait,
Kim.
Kim, Vanessa talking.
I'm sorry, I didn't see
You
that.
all did some things at the temple that Bam was a part of, like volunteering and everything. So she did do active things. So it still worked out for you all.
Well, I mean, even if she didn't do that, it was going to work out for us.
I'm not talking about that working out. I'm saying she still did things with you on that aspect.
Right. Yeah. And that was cool. Yeah.
And then you would sometimes go to church with her. So, I mean, it worked out.
Yeah. I mean, because
I was just adding that to the fact when Tracy said, so you all were unequally yoked.
Right. Again, we both believe in God. That's the equalizer.
That's the equalizer.
Right. And so we both believe, and that was good enough. That carried us through 25 years because we both believe, or whether she called God, Jesus, Yahweh, Jehovah, or I called him Allah, Aknan, whatever. It didn't matter. The thing was, we believed in a higher power, and I let her believe and worship how she believed, and she didn't like how I was worshiping, but she allowed it. Like she said, she let it happen, and she didn't bug me about it a lot. She did, but she didn't do it a lot.
I don't know if you all saw Mo's comment that whatever you did in the beginning, you have to continue to do. What do you say to that?
Yes, I think in the beginning we was two separate people, two different people that came together, and I think so now. It's the same.
No, man, that's not the question. That's not what he's saying.
What?
Right.
You saying the politically correct answer.
Well, if I do it,
okay.
now in the beginning, I don't think in the beginning. I probably didn't do it the right way in the beginning. So
what is so?
Let me just answer it like this. Normally, yes, but again, you have to take into consideration that people are growing and changing and they're evolving.
Right.
And as people grow and change, things change in the relationship. Things change. Normally, it should be changing for the closest. The couple should come closer as they grow and evolve and change. But that's not always the case. With Bam and I wouldn't say that we grew closer. I would say that we grew more in respect for one another. See, I think that's most important. See, to me, that supersedes love, in my opinion. If a person respects you, then they can love you. But if they just say they love you and they constantly disrespect you,
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I just saw a comment just cracked me up. I'm so sorry.
yeah, he don't see that me take off my wig.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like Bam don't even wear wigs now.
Is that a problem?
Wigs. Huh? For me?
Is that a problem for you?
It used to be.
Okay. How do you get over that problem?
I grew past that.
How?
Because our relationship is more than whether she wear a wig or whether she have a ponytail.
All
it's
right.
more than that.
Okay.
I see she got her hair fixed today, though. I see she was ready.
She on camera. She on camera today.
Man, she got ready. Man.
He seen me at my best and he seen me at my worst.
That's all that matters.
Not. What if I was if I was into this relationship because Bam always wore the fanciest outfits. She always had her hair whipped and everything like that. And I was really into how she looked and how she walked and how she talked and this and that and another. And then at some point in our relationship, all that go away. then I guess my attraction goes away too. You see what I'm saying?
Unless you had changed in the middle, and you know.
No, it starts in the beginning. See what you get into a relationship with a person for can't be physical. And if it's only physical, then when the physical wear off, like it's always gonna do, because you're gonna get old, you're gonna get wrinkled, you know, you're gonna start hobbling, your knees gonna be hurting, your hip gonna hurt, and, you know, and you be hobbling, you're gonna have a cane at some point. And when the physical ain't happening no more, then here you go, divorces and separations and all that kind of stuff. But if you guys were friends, see, Bam and I were friends before anything, and we still are. We still friends to this day. I can talk to Bam about anything. You know, we might not agree.
That? Look, you sure about that?
Might not agree. You could talk.
No, you can. We might not agree, but that's okay, because I know in our disagreement, it ain't gonna last 24 hours. You see what I'm saying? I know that. And so
y'all never had a disagreement that lasted overnight?
Yes, we don't went to bed angry a lot of times, but we don't wake up.
You know, 24 hours, y'all reconcile that.
I can't say we reconcile it. I would say we let it go.
Oh,
yeah.
Because see, if I feel this way about it and she feel that way about it, then the next day I still feel that way, and she still feel that way. Now, do we keep this tension going on for days and days and days? She holding on to how she feel, I'm holding on to how I feel, or do we just let it go and we live? You see what I'm saying? It ain't about winning. See, that's what I guess I'm trying to say with us. In disagreements and arguments or whatever, it ain't about who wins. It's about I said my piece, you said your piece. Now, let's go on with life. Life moves on. Life goes forward. We don't hold that crap. And I think that's what carried us 25 years, and we respect each other. That's what carried us this long.
Yeah.
All right.
It is. You have
Did
to
you get your answer, Darlene?
But you know what? Respect goes both ways. See, you have to give it in order to receive it. Most people think you're supposed to receive it and then you can give it. No,
correct.
You, Bam, she has to give me respect in order to expect respect from me. I know that don't sound right, because we all think that I automatically am supposed to respect you. It's an automatic thing. What was you saying?
One more question.
Okay.
How do you feel most appreciated in the relationship?
Mm.
Well, you better get another question.
Go ahead, Ross.
Please,
Go ahead, Ross.
I have faith in my friends. Y'all
I didn't
got
hear the
this.
question. Can somebody repeat it?
How do you feel most appreciated in your relationship?
I can answer. I'll answer first, Bam, but I just don't want to.
Go ahead. Think you're the man. Go ahead.
I feel appreciated when Bam listens to my thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts on different things. When she listens to my thoughts, and most of the times she doesn't agree with them. Sometimes she does, you know, but most of the times, you know, well, I'll say it like this: when she listens to what my thoughts are on a particular situation, and then she goes back and she thinks about it, and she'll come back and say, you know what, you was right about thus and so and this and that and another. And I feel very appreciated when she does that.
Aww.
I feel that she appreciates my presence. I believe, and she doesn't verbally say these things, you know, I actually, because there's a lot of things that can be verbalized without saying it out of your mouth. I believe she appreciates my presence, and my presence in this house makes her feel safe. And she lets me know that my presence makes her feel safe being here, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that she's not the type of woman that feels that I don't need no man, and she doesn't make me feel like that. She don't need me, even though the world would say different. And so that's how I feel appreciated. And it's more than it's much more, but that's just off the top of the dome that I can think of right off the top of my head.
For me, it's about the respect. He's caring. He could calm me down. If I have any health issues, I could go to him. He gonna walk by my side to make sure I'm good, to calm me down so I won't go crazy. And stuff like that. And he let me be me. I like that he let me be me. He don't try to control me. He let me be me.
Mm-hmm.
I be outside. He let me be me. Even though we got a curfew, he let me be me.
Wait, no.
Now, okay. I did compromise on the curfew because we married. I did compromise.
No, we both agreed. Let's say it how it is.
But you gave me the time because I stay outside.
No, we both agreed that 2 a.m. is a decent enough time for every able person to be in the house.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Somebody tell my husband.
I mean, that's reasonable, and I had to compromise because
that's reasonable.
Tracy, we be with family though. So again, I thought that didn't matter.
Does it matter, Ty?
Does that matter, Tyrell?
No, family don't matter. She could be with family. 2 o'clock. Well, 4 o'clock is too long to be with family.
So if she missed the 2 o'clock curfew and she come in and say I was with my family, it's okay.
No.
Okay.
And she knows it's not.
Wait a minute. What's the consequence, though?
It hasn't been no consequences because
they don't talk for 24 hours. Then they go to bed and they wake up and they okay.
You're right. That is so true, Tracy. She has come in at 4 o'clock many times. And
wow. And you sitting right there on the couch waiting for it too.
No, he be sleep, Kill. He be sleep.
I know it's 4 o'clock.
Right. Because he up.
No, because our security camera records everything that goes on.
Yeah, okay.
And it has a time stamp. And so she's come in and I wake up in the morning and I'll be like, so
yeah,
your phone went dead, huh? You couldn't call the person and say you was running late or this, that, and another, and then we'll go back and forth. And that's like, we agreed to 2 o'clock, didn't we? All the time got by me. We was having fun, this, that, and another. I was like, okay. And I'll let it go.
So what happens, bam, when the shoe is on the other feet?
And that's why I had to learn, Tracy, because I kept saying like, okay, he know I'm with my family.
He don't know that.
No, I'm just saying he know where I'm at. That's all. That's where I'm at. So
nope.
That's what you said.
Well, I assume that he know. I say, now what if he did that? Because I don't know if he with his family. So I'm like, 2 o'clock. It's a compromise. Because I wouldn't like it if I didn't know.
Okay.
But have I ever come in even close to 2 o'clock other than a gig?
No. And I be watching, I be timing.
So that eliminates problems in the relationship. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't hang out in the street because ain't nothing out there. I know what's out there. I grew up in the streets, so I know what's out there. Ain't nothing in the damn streets but problems and drama that you create for yourself by being out there. So I do my gigs, I come home, but now. When we first got married, I wasn't like that. I was in the streets like everybody else, like Bam said, but I wasn't with my family. I was with my homies, my band members, we hang out, we kick it, drink, whatever, you know. But as I got older, I came to the realization that everybody that say they're your friend ain't your friend.
Correct.
I learned that the hard way, you know. And so, I mean, I'm not saying I still don't have friends, but they could be my friends. I ain't got to hang out with you every night for us to be friends. And because I have that kind of mentality, it helps my relationship. See, my wife ain't worried about where I'm at. She ain't worried about whether I'm running the street with hoochie coochie or whatever. She ain't got to worry about that because I'm right here and she see me. She ain't got to be looking through my phone, even though she probably do every now and then.
I don't know. No, I believe I'm not looking through no phone. Cause if you have to start looking through the phone, you kind of already know. I don't look through no phone. No. I don't want you to invade my privacy. No, I don't do that. Now, before I did, early on in the relationship, I did, but I grew up like, why I'm looking through the phone? What it gonna do? But make me mad.
But those are some things that kept us together for 25 years, you know. So that was the last question because we overtime a little bit.
If I wasn't holding my phone, I would applaud you guys, you know. I'm holding
it was a good conversation tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, again, the reason why I asked them to come on here and share some of our personal experiences, you know, y'all need to applaud Bam. Bam don't do this. She don't tell her business.
We know.
Yes, we know.
That's why we were surprised that you talking about what you tell because we know we already know Bam don't tell us nothing. So you be talking. That's
the key. Some stuff you keep in your house.
Hold up, because she will ask us everything. So she needs to just shut up right now.
That's up to y'all to tell. That's up to y'all to tell.
Everything, though, won't she, y'all?
That's up to y'all to tell.
I didn't say she wasn't nosy.
Right. She gonna say that.
She wasn't nosy.
Stop asking us. Don't talk to us no more about nothing, y'all. Don't tell us nothing.
It's limited stuff that I tell out my marriage, like general conversations I tell. I feel like if I start talking about my husband, then people gonna look at him different. When you see him, because we do, if we know something, you be looking at him sad ass. And what's the point? I don't want to make him look bad. And then if I start telling my family all about him, they gonna be mad. And then we sitting back together, different stuff. So I just keep some stuff to myself.
As you should.
All right, closing thoughts, y'all. Closing thoughts.
Go ahead, brother.
Closing thoughts. I ain't got
to give us the closing thoughts.
Well, I'll go first. My closing thought is that I hope that people benefited from us sharing our lives, our 25 years, even though we didn't share the whole 25, but sharing our lives with you guys. I hope that you guys got something out of it because it's not easy to come on here and open up your personal situations with people, whether they strangers or not. It's not easy because people will use your information against you. You know, a lot of times that's usually what happens, and that's why people keep their stuff to themselves. And I just like to thank Bam for allowing this to happen because without her, this couldn't have happened. You know, y'all know we were going to have a whole nother conversation tonight until when our anniversary on the 7th happened. I thought about it. I was like, man, that would be a good conversation for us to come on here and talk about longevity and living 25 years. I mean, being married 25 years and how people may benefit in a relationship from some of the things that we could share with them. And so I guess that's my closing thought. I really want people to benefit from this because that's the key to building back our race and our families and our communities is this relationship. We got to get this thing right. you know, and we got to stay together and get together and stay together and grow together and build together. And that's what Bam and I have done for the past 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bam.
All right.
My closing thought is I was thinking about the video that Brenda sent earlier with that man. Brenda sent it, you sent it, Vanessa, one of y'all sent it.
Yeah, that's
and when
Brenda.
the man said that they was 25 years and it had to be intentional. You want to be together, intentional, you want it to work. You're going to do whatever in your power to make it work if it's right for you. And my thing is to keep my peace. Once my peace go, then it's time to look at other options. Maybe we not good for each other. I don't want to hate anybody, like hate my husband. If it starts being hate, then there's a conversation that we need to have.
Yep. Amen. Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good night,
And
everyone.
you all thought y'all wasn't gonna know what to ask us.
I know one thing, Kim, that excess and liability. Another story.
Nah, I said I'm gonna hold my mute and leave that alone.
You know, I thought somebody was gonna say something about our sex life. Which is none of their damn business.
Right.
Nobody wants any problems with
Nobody won't even know.
All right, you guys. Thanks for being here. Hey.
Are we leaving?
Huh?
Are we leaving or are we doing that whatever thing we had to do last time?
Yeah, we're gonna do that so we can stay on for a minute.
And happy anniversary again, you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Until next week, guys.
Bye.
Peace. We out here.
All right.
Thanks for supporting our podcast. We look